Hey, what's up, Street Talks? Derek from the Derek from Street Photography blog. So I just wanted to do a little review of the new RICOH GR3, which is the best camera ever, and the new 21mm adapter. So if you've never seen or witnessed it before, so essentially this is the RICOH GR3, the new one, and there's this massive adapter that you put on the camera to make it a 21mm. So by default, it's a 28mm, but if you add the adapter, it's 21mm, which is quite wide and quite fun. So I just wanted to show you essentially how to do this thing. So by default, there's this little tab here on the side to take off that module. So this is the front of the new RICOH GR3. And you can see there's usually this little ring thing you put on top. So to install it, you take off the ring. I have it somewhere in my bag. And you have this freaking behemoth. So the way to install it is, I think actually, screw it in. Let's see. Okay, yeah. There it goes. So you got this wide end, the GA1 adapter, I suppose, and you can see on the bottom, yeah, so you just gotta keep flipping around. So there's this little gold thingy, and you see the little gold thingy there. Just kind of match it up. And then click that bad boy here. Clicks on. Nice snappity-doo. And then you have this freaking behemoth. So actually by default, what it looks like is, so the lens hood is actually made of rubber, which is actually quite interesting. Rubber or silicone, I'm not exactly 100% sure what it is, but it's nice and floppy. So what you actually do is you have this, it's pretty damn heavy, like, yeah, I can't even describe it. But you just put it on here, this side, right? And you could just kind of screw it here. It screws on pretty well. So you can see, I think this is what, 0.75x GW4, what's it called? So here it is. It's much bigger, it's much wider, and then it looks like you put on this little thingy here. Just kind of stretch it on over the hood here. And actually it snaps on pretty well. So I'm not 100% sure why they made this out of silicone, but it actually works pretty good because the thing won't bump into your head, essentially. And what you do then is turn on the camera, and it automatically detects that it has the wide angle adapter, so which is pretty cool. And when you're shooting, obviously you could see the angle and the perspective is way wider. It almost feels like I'm shooting with the GoPro in terms of wideness. And also the thing that's very impressive is that you could focus super close to rando stuff. So like, let's say I'm even photographing this. It focuses really close if you think about the distance. Super duper close. Also, what I personally like about it, it kind of changes the way you see the world. And I've personally discovered that when shooting with a 21mm adapter, it's kind of made photography more fun for me again. I think in photography, it's not always true, but generally the wider you go, the more fun and interesting it is. I've had so much fun shooting with, when I first started off, mostly 35mm, then 28mm on the RICOH GR2, and now 24mm on the Lumix LX100, and also the Lumix G9 with the 12mm lens, which is about 24mm full frame equivalent. And it seems like, yeah, maybe 21mm might be the next frontier. I know I'm certainly having a lot of fun with it. it adds significant bulk and weight to the RICOH GR3, which is already a small camera, but you know, I think the trade-off is actually worth it. So I'm just gonna keep experimenting with it more. Highly recommend it. And if you're part of the RICOH Mafia, you haven't got the GR3 yet, I actually do highly recommend it. I'm a little bit sad that there's no more flash, but you know, we're all gonna be able to make do with that. So yeah, so those are just my practical things. The RICOH GR3 as well as the 21mm, best things happening in photography right now. Far more interesting than the Leica Q, Fuji X100F, any other camera out there. So yeah, drop the bones, shoot high contrast monochrome mode. It's super duper fun, and we'll share some more thoughts with you. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. For those of you guys who have the new RICOH GR3, what are your personal thoughts about it? How does it compare to the RICOH GR version 2? Also, for those of you guys who have shot with the 21mm adapter, what are your personal thoughts on it? So just, yeah, feel free to leave a comment down below, and let's all continue to just keep shooting. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Peace out.